She stood at the edge of the crowd, unnoticed like she always was, faded jeans, oil-streaked jacket, hair tied back with a shoelace. No one knew her name. They just knew she worked the garage next door, cleaning tools and refilling coolant for a living. They laughed when she leaned over the barricade, watching the exotic cars line up under the golden dusk. Ferraris, Lamborghinis, growling machines, and polished egos. One of the drivers, mid-30s, sunglasses at night, arrogance dripping from every word, noticed her gaze and smirked. "Hey, grease monkey," he shouted. "Want to take a spin in a real car?" Laughter erupted. His friends hooted, filming on their phones. Someone offered her a helmet as a joke. "Bet she can't even drive stick," one said. She looked at the car, then at the driver. "I'll race," she said quietly. The laughter died for half a second, then came back louder. "Serious?" he said, scoffing. "You think you can handle 700 horsepower?" But she didn't blink, just held out her hand for the keys. He tossed them to her like he was tossing away a dare. No one noticed the way her fingers curled naturally around the key fob, the way her eyes scanned the gauges, the way her feet adjusted the seat without hesitation. She didn't ask where the gear shift was. She didn't flinch at the sound of the engine roaring to life. But someone noticed something. A mechanic in the corner, leaning against a crate, froze. His eyes narrowed. There was something about the way she held the steering wheel, thumbs placed perfectly at 10 and 2, elbows relaxed. "Professional," he whispered to a friend. "That's not a first-timer." The streetlights flickered on. Engines revved. The race was on. She didn't launch fast. She launched clean. While the others peeled out in smoke and noise, her tires kissed the asphalt with precision. Gear shifts came like whispers. Corners were taken without correction. By the halfway point, she had overtaken 2 racers and was gaining fast. Spectators leaned forward. Phones rose into the air, live streams exploding with views. Asterisk, who is she? Asterisk. The man who'd handed her the keys stopped smiling. He gripped the barricade, watching in disbelief as the woman he mocked seconds ago drifted into the final turn with the grace of someone who'd spent years behind the wheel. Then she won. Not just won. Asterisk obliterated asterisk the competition. When she stepped out of the car, breath steady, helmet in hand, no one laughed. They stared. Silent. Confused. "Where'd you learn to drive like that?" someone finally asked. She didn't answer. Just walked past them, toward the tool shed where she kept her lunchbox and a beat-up journal no one ever noticed. But the questions grew. That night, forums lit up. TikTok and YouTube shorts were flooded with clips titled, "Unknown Woman Destroys Pro Racers in Surprise Street Race." "She's not who you think she is," mystery racer revealed. Asterisk, grease monkey, or millionaire driver. The internet can't decide, asterisk. And then the discoveries began. An old video surfaced, grainy footage of a female driver in a pro racing league from years ago. Helmeted. Silent. Unbeaten. Until one day she vanished. No one ever explained why. Some said she walked away after her team was bought out. Others whispered about sabotage. A few insisted she simply disappeared because she wanted to, tired of the spotlight, the politics, the broken promises. But no one could prove it was her. The next day, the same driver returned to the cafe near the track, keys in hand, visibly shaken. "I want to talk," he said, eyes full of regret. But she was gone. All that remained was a note, scrawled on the back of an oil receipt, taped to the garage door. Asterisk. Winning means nothing when no one hears your story. Asterisk. A few days later, she was spotted, at a track out of town, sitting quietly in the bleachers, watching young girls take practice laps. She wasn't there to race. She was there to guide. And perhaps that was the most unexpected twist of all. Because in a world obsessed with fame, she chose impact. While others chased validation, she built legacy. And as the world speculated, searched, tried to define her, she simply moved forward, one turn at a time. The woman they laughed at had already lapped them. And she never needed to prove it. She already knew who she was.